Today we're going to review your text features. If at any point you get stuck, you can always open a new window and go back to the video lessons from earlier in the week, earlier in this unit, and get a refresher. As this video progresses, I'm going to be asking you questions and I'm giving you a chance to answer them. You can't go further in the video until you've answered the question. So first, I'm going to describe a text feature. After I've described it, I want you to try to answer the question just by the description that I give you. Then I'm going to provide a visual support for you in case you aren't sure of the answer yet. Okay? All right, let's do this. Question number 1. Directly below a photograph, there is an explanation sentence. What is this type of text feature called? Is it A, a label, B, a glossary, C, a caption, D, a bullet point, or E, a subheading? Here's a picture of a sample of this text feature. Question 2. Which type of text feature shows the sequence of events in the order that they occur? Is it A, map, B, chart, C, timeline, D, illustration, or E, cutaway? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question 3. Which of the following indicates that a new broad section is being introduced? Is it A, title page, B, heading, C, subheading, D, hyperlink, or E, guide words? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question 4. Which of these pages lists words in alphabetical order and lists the page numbers where you can find out more about the topic? Is it A, table of contents, B, title page, C, glossary, D, index, or E, text box? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question 5. Mike is reading a book and he notices isolated words that are darker than the others. These darker words appear to be vocabulary words. Which of the following text feature is Mike most likely noticing? Is it A, guide words, B, bold words, C, words in italics, D, bulleted words, or E, subheading? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question number 6. Juanita notices an unusual image of a butterfly. The image was obviously captured with a camera. Which of the following text features is Juanita most likely noticing? Is it A, chart, B, cutaway, C, close-up, D, illustration, or E, photograph? Here's a visual of this text feature. Luis needs to write a definition for one of the vocabulary words found in his science lesson. Which of the following text features will likely be the most helpful to Luis? Is it A, table of contents, B, title page, C, glossary, D, index, or E, text box? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question number 8. Kristen gets queasy easily, so it's no surprise that she feels faint after she notices an image that shows the internal organs of a pig. Which of the following text features is Kristen most likely noticing? A, map, B, cutaway, C, close-up, D, illustration, or E, photograph? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question number 9. Braden is writing a report about guitars. He decided to draw a picture of a guitar and added it to his report. Which of the following text features did Braden just include? Was it A, photograph, B, cutaway, C, close-up, D, diagram, or E, illustration? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question number 10. Braden just had an idea. He's going to add labels to his illustration in order to show the various parts of the guitar. When Braden adds the labels, what type of text feature will this become? Is it A, photograph, B, cutaway, C, close-up, D, diagram, or E, illustration? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question number 11. Sherry is reading a book and she notices a set of words that appear to be slanted. Which of the following text features is Sherry most likely noticing? Is it A, guide words, B, bold words, C, words in italics, D, bulleted words, or E, subheading? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question number 12. Which of the following text features shows data represented by bars or slices? Is it A, map, B, chart, C, close-up, D, table, or E, subheading? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question number 13. Peyton is reading a book about the Earth. When he turns the page, he sees the layers of the Earth at the top of the page. He scans the next few pages and spots sections entitled Crust, Mantle, Inner Core, and Outer Core. Below each title are 1 or 2 paragraphs. The word mantle is most likely A, label, B, a heading, C, guide words, D, a hyperlink, or E, a subheading. Here is a visual of this text feature. And here is the word mantle. Question number 14. Candace is reading a book about being physically fit. She sees a list about the benefits of exercise. Beside each listed benefit is a dot, followed by a phrase. Which of the following text features is Candace most likely noticing? Is it A, guide words, B, labels, C, words in italics, D, bulleted words, or E, heading? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question number 15. Penny is wondering when the book she is reading was written. Which of the following text features will provide the information she is seeking? Is it A, table of contents, B, title page, C, glossary, D, index, or E, text box? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question number 16. Mr. Ross points out a text feature at the top of page 29 in his students' science books. It contains rows and columns filled with words. Which of the following did Mr. Ross bring to his students' attention? Was it A, a graph, B, guide words, C, index, D, glossary, or E, table? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question number 17. Max is looking for a text feature that will help him understand where the capital of Italy is located. Which of the following text features will provide the information he is seeking? Is it A, map, B, diagram, C, timeline, D, label, or E, text box? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question number 18. Lucy is fascinated by the nonfiction book she is reading and wants to learn more. Which of the following text features would probably be most helpful to Lucy? Is it A, index, B, table of contents, C, glossary, D, hyperlink, or E, close-up? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question number 19. Dante is looking at the words featured on a diagram. What are these text features called? Is it A, labels, B, guide words, C, captions, D, bullet points, or E, bold words? Here's a visual of this text feature. Question number 20. Mrs. Foster tells her student Maddie to open the book to chapter 3. Which of the following text features identifies where Maddie should look to find the information she is seeking? Is it A, index, B, table of contents, C, glossary, D, hyperlink, or E, close-up? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question number 21. PETA needs to quickly find a word in the 6-page glossary. Which of the following text features would be most useful to PETA? Is it A, index, B, heading, C, subheading, D, guide words, or E, close-up? Here is a visual of this text feature. Question number 22. Kevin is fascinated by the fingerprint in his book that has been magnified. Which of the following text features is Kevin most likely looking at? Is it A, a diagram, B, chart, C, index, D, caption, or E, close-up? Here is a visual of this text feature. Number 23 is a bit different. It is a two-part question. So 23A. Name the text feature shown here. It's the text feature the arrow is pointing to. Is this A, a diagram, B, a caption, C, a text box, D, a cutaway, or E, a subheading? And for the second part, we have question 23B. Which of the following statements is most likely the reason why the author used a text box on that page? Is it A, the author wanted to highlight the information so readers would understand its importance? B, the author thought the information would be interesting to the reader even though it wasn't important to the overall meaning of the text? C, the author wanted to quiz the reader? Or D, the author felt it was important to restate the main idea of the text? You've learned a lot about text features. Now, be sure to use them the next time you are reading a nonfiction book.